Angry MGTOW here, and I just dropped my mic on my computer. This is the second fucking time it's happened! Ugh. Ugh. So, today we're discussing why all women lie, don't believe their lies. This is a response to Velma Lee. We're going to be watching her video, and the video is titled, Not Clickbait, My Story, Rape, Drugged, Kidnapped. Really? Really? I honestly don't believe it. You know, anytime I hear the word rape, I'm always skeptical. And I think that we have to be skeptical these days, especially when you look at how many men have had their lives ruined by these types of stories. I think it was Lena Dunham who wrote a book about her so-called rape, and she basically slandered this guy, and then it turned out that, the story was a complete lie. But let's go ahead and check out this video.
A story that is really Hey guys, my name is Velma Lee and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I wanted to do a very chill, laid back video.
Okay, first up, if you want to do a very chill, laid-back video, you probably wouldn't want to start off by talking about being raped, kidnapped, and drugged. That's not a chill video. That is not something that is chill. That's not laid back. That's a bit traumatic, even for people to listen to. But thankfully, being a MGTOW, I'm skeptical. Most MGTOWs, is like me, we're skeptical when it comes to these type of claims. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say.
Like almost vlog style, and I just wanted to sit here with you guys and tell you or share with you a story that is really hard for me to share, but I think it's time and I think I'm ready for it, and I'm just in sweatshirt and just sitting here talking to you guys. So I know a lot of you are automatically gonna read the title and be like, oh my god, clickbait. Did I say that right? Because if I was reading the title, I'd be like, total clickbait, what the heck, you know?
And yet here you are, still doing it, still telling the story. Total clickbait indeed. Why the fuck is there a dog barking in my... Then again, there's always a dog barking in my background or a plane going off overhead.
In all sadness, all reality, this story is very true. So yeah, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know how to start the story. Every time I sit down to try to start it, it just doesn't come out. But I'm just gonna sit here and let it come out the way I recall it. I'll just play the whole day over in my head, which it's gonna be hard. And I'm not gonna cry. I'm just gonna talk to you guys. I really wanted to share it because this is good information for girls.
I'm not gonna cry. I promised myself I wouldn't cry. Even though this looks like total clickbait, it's not. Just believe women. Believe women. Anita Sarkeesian says, radical idea. Believe us. You don't actually need any evidence. Just believe us. That was my worst impression yet.
Girls out there that, I don't know, you may not, like, honestly, I never thought this would happen to me. Never in a million years. Like, I honestly would even be like, that is stupid if that happens to you, because how could it happen to you? How could you let something like that happen? How could you put yourself in that situation to let that happen? And honestly, you just don't ever know what's gonna happen. Like, God, you don't know God's actions. You don't know what He has planned and set out for your life. So it's really hard to it's hard to know. So, that being said, I was 25 years old, so many moons ago. I was 25 years old and I decided to go out with a friend. I honestly was going out a lot at that time, what I mean going out is just like going to bars. Basically going out to bars with my friends, nothing serious. Like, this town is super tiny, so you would never think anything could happen. There was this one place, and
So here's my problem. A woman goes to a bar to get laid. A woman doesn't just go to a bar to drink. That's the most nonsense I've ever heard in my life. Oh, I just went to the bar to have a drink. No, a woman goes to a bar to hook up with a guy. No woman just likes sitting around the bar. You've got to be kidding me. A woman goes to a bar because she knows there are men there. There are men there who will buy her drinks and that she can sleep with. You have got to be kidding me by saying, oh, I just went to the bar with my friend just to have a drink, and then this creepy guy, he got me really drugged up, and, you know, one thing led to another, and oh my OMG, I was totally raped. No, I don't buy that. I honestly don't buy that. Where's the accountability? Like, I mean, how the hell do you say something along the lines like, oh, I was drunk? She's gonna say, oh, I was drinking. I was drinking, hence I was drugged. I was kidnapped. In other words, he invited me back to his place, and I wasn't in my right state of mind, so I went with him, hence I was kidnapped, and I was raped. In other words, I had sex with him willingly, consenting while I was drugged, but because I was drunk, that means I could never have consented, hence I was raped. Now are you guys understanding female logic? Total clickbait. Total clickbait.
I'm gonna try not to say the names. I'm gonna try not to say where I was or anything like that to not give it away. Feeling a little nauseous and a little anxiety. So, I was 25 years old and a friend invited me out, and I was like, yeah, let's go out. At the time, my mother was with her boyfriend and they went out with us. I forgot what happened that day that we were like kind of celebrating. We all decided to go to this one place. So we ended up going. So in the booth, it was my mom and her boyfriend and me and my friend, a girlfriend, and we were just having a good time, drinking some beers, hanging out, and all that good stuff. So it came towards the end of the night after we finished dancing and just having a good time. My mother and her boyfriend decided to go home. So I was like, I'll just stay with my friend. We'll keep on dancing because, you know, once you're dancing, you just want to keep dancing. So that is what we decided to do, and off my mom and her boyfriend went. And this is how I remember it. We were just dancing, and obviously people were asking to dance. I don't know why when this one person asked me to dance, the first thing he said was like, here, let me hold your beer for you. Like, let me put your beer. First of all, don't ever, 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 ever trust anybody with your open drink. So I gave him my drink and it was gone, and I remember dancing a little, like not really thinking. And he was like, here, I bought you a new drink. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, being stupid, young, just drunk, being drunk. Not gonna lie. So he had the beer, he handed it to me, it was open. I mean, I didn't think nothing of it. You don't think anything. You don't think at these times, you just don't think. When you're intoxicated, you just don't think about things like that. And so
she was already intoxicated. She already had quite a few drinks. And this is where the story begins to go linger. So he has her drink, and she was already intoxicated. Right. But suddenly now she's more out there. I'm beginning to smell bullshit.
All I remember is drinking the beer, thinking like, who are you? And get away from me. But like, I just kept dancing with my friend, and those people stayed around. I remember seeing him, another guy, another girl. They were all like talking together. I just remember like, I don't know, just weird. I don't remember much of that, but moving on. If I was driving, I don't know how I got there. I'm pretty sure we're gonna call a taxi or something, but I don't even feel like talking about this right now. You're gonna see many breaks in this video. Alright, so as I was walking out the door, the bar is here. The sidewalk is in front of it, obviously, and there's a corner and then you cross the street where the parking lot was, where the cars were parked or whatever. So yeah, as I remember seeing this truck parked on the corner, and the same guy, there was a guy driving, there was a guy in the truck, he was sitting down, obviously driving, and I was crossing the street to get to the other side, and the door was open, and I just remember the guy like literally grabbing me by the arm, like the whole body, like body and arm, I don't know how to show you, arm, grabbed me by the arm with his hand, and he had his hand around my body, like body. And pretty, I don't know, like I'm a big girl, but I honestly weighed like 50 pounds less at that time, so I don't know if that helps the situation, if that makes any difference. But he just literally, I just remember like feeling so out of it. I was so out of it. I forgot to say, I was already feeling like just weird. And so I'm walking and just boom, I just feel like my legs being lifted up. I'm just like sitting in the truck now. There's a guy driving in the middle, the other guy jumps in, shuts the door. Like, oh, I don't want to relive this, but let's just get it over with. I'm sitting there and like, yeah, all I'm hearing them say is like, yeah, we're gonna take you home. Like, don't worry, I'll take you home. And I was like, no, like my friend. And like, I remember trying like to get out, but I was just so weak. I felt so tired, so like out of it, just completely out of it, guys. Yeah, so I get in the truck, and I remember the truck being like a cream color truck. I don't know, I shouldn't say any of that. I do have the whole printed out report in a manila? Yeah, in a manila folder. It's like a lot of pages. It's too much to read. I just haven't been able to sit down and read it. Anyway, so I remember getting in there. I had my phone on me. I was wearing sandals, some slacks, a shirt, like, I don't remember. But I just remember like being out of it, and like I think I was like falling asleep, and they started driving, and I felt like the trip was getting longer. So I was like, wait, like my house is over here, like take me home, you know? I knew that much. I was like, take me home, where are you going? And all of a sudden we're driving down a dirt road. I'm getting chills. I'm not, like when I get nervous, I smile, I laugh, so. Anyway, but so yeah, I was.
Do you guys believe this story? I know some people are gonna sit here and say, yeah, she definitely isn't making it up. But I automatically look at these stories with doubt. I don't immediately believe the girl. I don't immediately just say, oh my gosh, that's such a horrible thing, you poor thing. You'd be amazed how depraved people are and the types of things that people can make up. You want to know what may really have happened? She met a couple of truckers. She asked them for a ride. She was stumbling. They helped her get into the truck, and then she started maybe seducing them. They eventually pulled over to a dirt road, and then she had a threesome with them. That sounds like more of a possibility than the story that she's telling right now. And again, I'm not saying that she wasn't raped, but what I am saying is that I look at it, I'm scrutinizing the story, and there's a lot of discrepancies in the story itself.
Just like, what are you doing? Like, I saw a county road, and that is when I lost my shit. I was like, I'm dying. I'm going to die tonight because I couldn't, guys. I just lost my crap when I saw the dirt roads, like the country road, freaked me out. And luckily, like, I'm glad it scared me because that's what helped me. What I did is before I made the call, we're driving down the road and I'm saying, you're not taking me home, like what are you doing? Hey, like, take me home. At this point, like I said, I started panicking, and at first I'm not saying they were nice, but they weren't being loud, like it wasn't loud yet. And all of a sudden I remember yelling and like telling them like, take me home, like what the, you know, like getting mad. I just lost my shit and I got mad, and the driver, the passenger that was like holding on to me, he like started saying, I'm gonna repeat it like I heard it, kinda, but way more vicious. He's like, shut the fuck up. He's like, just like, I think he was hitting me. I feel like he's like, shut the fuck up, like don't speak, like don't talk. And
Okay, guys, do you remember? This is see. Do you see how I say you can't believe this crap? She says, "I think he was hitting me." Okay, if he was hitting me, if he was hitting you, there would be marks on you afterwards. If he slapped you, if he hit you in the heat of the moment, you would remember him hitting you. You would have some bruises to show on your face or some part of your body if he physically hit you. So this is another discrepancy in the story where she says he was hitting her. Again, guys, I'm not buying this story at all. She thinks he was hitting her. I think she's making it up as she's going along.
That's when I got really, really scared. I got really frightened for my life. And then I remember I was crying, I was hysterical. And I remember the driver saying, the driver was the one that committed the shit. So like, I don't know why he would even try to say that at this point. But he's like, let's just take her back. Let's just take her back, man. Come on, let's not do this. Like, let's just take her back. Let her go, let her go. Yeah, that's all I remember hearing him say. He was like, and the other guy's like, shut the fuck up. Like, he finally got pissed with me because I was being crazy. So what I did is I sneakily, I don't know how, it was dark. I opened my phone, called 911. That's the first thing I did. Called 911. I know that I saw something. I saw something. I don't want to cry. I'm not gonna fucking cry in this video. Excuse my language. So I saw somewhere that if you turn, like, call 911, you leave the phone on so they can kind of track you, right? I don't know if it's true. I don't know. My phone was old. So I remember, this is like the only sad part, like, out of everything. I remember having my phone on and I was telling them, like, pleading for my life. At this point, all I saw was county roads and I'm like, they're gonna kill me and leave me on the side of the road. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I seriously thought they were gonna kill me. And
I understand, baby. Take a deep breath. You're making it up as you go along, babe. We're here together. We are here with you as you make this tale up, as you incriminate a group of men who you never met in your entire life. It's okay. Just relax. Take a deep breath and keep making it up as you go along. There we go. Breathe out. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright, okay? Those lies are never gonna come back to haunt you. At least under the Obama administration, they wouldn't.
I just kept pleading with them. I started crying about my daughter. I was like, please, like, I was crying. Like, I don't want to repeat it because I feel stupid. But I was like, please, I have a baby. Like, my daughter. Like, I just kept pleading. I just remember using my daughter. Not using, but, you know, I was just pleading. I was like,
She just remembers using her daughter. Oh my gosh. Like, this person sounds like such a gem. She just sounds like such a peach, such a rose. She's a keeper, isn't she? This is a keeper. This is a keeper.
please, like, I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I kept saying that I didn't want to die and that I just wanted my daughter, that she needed me. Fuck. This. Okay, so that was the hardest part. Like, I'm not crying because I was the scared part of it, but like the fact that, like, that's all that I was thinking is that, like, oh my god, I'm about to.
Didn't she say she wasn't gonna cry at the beginning of this video? She like spent so much time working her way up. Like, I mean, she just worked her way up to the tears. Like, she was working so hard to get those tears out. She's like, "Come on, tears. Come on, tears." Imagine the saddest thought in the world. Like, you can't get the Prada purse that you wanted. I can't buy the Prada purse. I can't buy the Prada purse. The tears are coming.
My daughter's about to grow up without a mother. That's exactly what hurts, you know? almost mad at myself for putting myself in that situation. Like, oh my god, my daughter is gonna grow up without a mother. That's what I was thinking, guys. So anyways, I think that's around the time the driver was like, just let her go, man, let her go. And I remember the cops could hear that. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I called 911. I think if I get the records right now, I'm pretty sure it said I made a phone call. The bar closed at 2 or 1 or something like that. I made a call like at 1 something, maybe 2 something, like right after the bar or right before the bar ended. I made a phone call and they recorded it, and I think that's how they tried looking for me. I don't know, I don't remember. But anyway, I made that phone call at 1 in the morning.
Okay, now guys, are you seeing discrepancy? She just said she made the phone call at the bar. No. She said that she made the phone call while she was on the dirt road, and they were driving off, and they started yelling at her, but she dialed 911. She didn't make the phone call at the bar. That is such bullshit. She doesn't remember. Guys, this story is so made up. This fucking story is so made up. So made up. Holy cow. How many men go to jail for when women tell these sob tales? Oh my goodness. You can just pick it apart. She said that she made the call at the bar. She made the call at the bar, although earlier in the video she says that she made the call while she was already on the dirt road, while they were driving down a dirt road. None of this makes any sense.
Or so, I'll just say 1, and they did not find me till 8 in the morning, that same morning. Just giving you a little, you know, to where you can see the time frame. So yeah, so anyway, not luckily, but I remember getting to a house, a mobile home. And I remember getting there and just thinking like, wow, I have a chance here. So, like I stopped crying, I stopped fighting. Basically, I was tired. I felt, obviously I was drugged. I'll get into that later. I was drugged, so I felt all the...
Okay, so she was drugged at the bar by some random guy who did not try to take her back to his place. Guys, this story is getting worse and worse. She drank her ass off. She claims that a random guy handed her her drink, and she was drugged by some random guy, but the random guy that drugged her didn't try to sleep with her. Does this make any sense to you guys? The random guy that drugged her didn't try to sleep with her. It was actually some truckers who were waiting in a car, who were waiting in a truck that dragged her off, that drove off with her. So were the truckers planning in advance? You know, and then she goes and says she has to like make out the point. I was drugged. I was definitely drugged. No, it sounds like you got really, really drunk.
Symptoms, you know, like I don't even know how I stayed awake. I fought it. Like, you know when you're just so sleepy that you fight it? I somehow fought it, and I remember catching myself like just randomly nod off. But anyway, so we get to this place, and when I get out there, I was going into a house, and that guy that was driving disappeared. He was in a room. He was in a bedroom, like a room. There's a room here, and then next to the room is a door on the side, and that door had it was a little shed that led to outside. And I remember when the guy in the passenger seat was like, here, go in here. And I remember he cracked open the door. I could see the driver without a shirt. Try not to have anxiety here, guys. I could see the driver without his shirt, and he was saying like, here, have her, like, here, take her, or something like that. And I was like, no, I like fought him. I literally like clawed at him. I fought how much I could, and that door was open, the one that goes to the outside. Well, I opened that little shed door, and I trip over all the bikes, everything. Like I opened the door was open, and then the door from that little shed was open, so I could see stars outside. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm outside. Like I can just jump through there and run. And that was in my head, like escape, you know, just plan of escape. And when I opened the shed door to jump in to run through, it was full of bikes, and I fell over all the bikes. And when I fell over the bikes, I just remember feeling my clothes be grabbed, and like I was just pulled. I was right back to where I started. Like I just felt like I saw the escape, and then it was just taken away, like really quick. It just happened like in a split second. I still made it out. I think like he pulled me back in, and then I somehow got out. Somehow I got out, and I started running, guys.
Wait a minute. So she saw her escape, and then she got pulled, and she started over from the same point as she was before, and all her hope was gone. But then somehow after that, she still made it out. What the hell is this tale? What the fuck are we listening to?
And I started running, and we're in a highway. There was gravel. My feet were full of stinging gravel, and I had my phone with me, and I called anybody that I could think of. I think I called my boyfriend, and I'm like, help me, like call somebody, like get me help. And he was out of state. He called. He's the one that made the 911 call. So if you're out there watching, thank you. You know, it's been a long time. I don't want to go there. While I was going through this, he was making phone calls to detectives or whatever, because they were looking for me, and so they kind of put together kind of where I was at. But anyway, so I'm running through gravel on a highway, and I'm like, there's like no end. Like there was, nobody would stop. Like I was just barefoot, guys. I was barefoot. I don't know where I lost my shoes. I was barefoot running through the gravel, and I remember it hurting so bad. Like I was crying, and a girl just shows up because I didn't get far. She's like, come on, I'll take you home. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know who you are, but I'm going with you. And so this girl was the passenger guy's girlfriend. So she was part of this whole thing. So she like lured me into her car, which her boyfriend was in.
Guys, this story makes no sense at all. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Alright, you know, someone just said something really interesting in the comments, and I think it sums it up. Nick O'Brien says, rape vlogs are the new 50 Shades of Grey. Oh my gosh. Like, this is a rape vlog, okay? And this is so made up. Oh, so she just happened... So the girlfriend of the passenger who was in the truck just happened to pull up and say, I would help you, and you didn't notice that her boyfriend was also there. What the fuck is this story? Like, this is like a really bad... This is definitely 50 Shades of Grey. Like, these women are making it up as they go along. Oh my gosh. Like, can you look at that face? Look at that face. Look at the face she is making right there. She's like, yup, I'm gonna make so much money off this video.
And he pulls me right out, pulls me right back into the house. So it just was like a vicious circle of just, I don't even know, guys. I can't. I don't want to put my mind too far into it, because then I just get anxiety, and I just don't. So we go back in the house. He throws me into the room, and I'm with the guy. And I remember knowing that I was gonna pass out. I was like, I know I'm gonna pass out. Something's wrong here. I don't feel good. I'm gonna pass out. Guys, like my instinct was like, hold my phone close to my heart. I don't know how they did not take my phone away from me at this time. Anyway, when I was getting out the car, I forgot to mention, the one guy, the passenger guy, I'll just call him passenger guy. He's like, yeah, we're gonna take you home. Listen to my girlfriend. Like, don't worry. Come inside. We'll take you home right now. We're gonna get the keys. And like, I kept fighting with him, and I was like, no, you're fucking not. Like, you're not taking me home, you asshole, you liar. Like, I started fighting with him. I got really like violent, and he's laughing the whole time, staring. He's sitting there staring at me like, he's like, get your ass inside. Like, literally, guys, like, I feel like I saw the devil. Like, he was laughing at me, and he's just like, are you done? Get inside. Like,
this is why you don't trust anyone. This is why you trust no one in life. This story is so made up. It is such a bad 50 Shades of Grey story that it's not even, it's just downright ridiculous. I mean, I caught her in so many lies throughout the entire video. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to be a detective to tell that she's clearly lying. And my gosh, is she lying? I mean, at least do a better job. Be more consistent in your lies. And don't say, oh, I was drunk. Or I was drugged. That's the reason why everything's so foggy. Your story keeps on changing in the same story. Like, she hasn't even finished telling the story yet. And the origins of how things happen have changed at least half a dozen times.
Just gives me the creeps, but that's what happened. Anyway, I got in that room. I remember a little bit of it. I passed out. My first instinct was hide your phone. I shoved my phone under the mattress. Like, I was like, if I somehow wake up in the morning, I can get my phone and call for help. Put my phone there, and like, this guy, like, stuff happened. You know, obviously, we'll just skip that part. But I remember just waking up out of nowhere. Just waking up. It's 8 in the morning. I can see the guys getting ready. I snuck through to the door, and I was thinking, how am I gonna get out of here? Like, what is your plan of escape? I opened the door, and there's like a lot of guys dressed in soccer uniforms, like a whole soccer team, getting ready. And
what the fuck? Okay, none of this makes any sense. Alright, so she said stuff happened, and then she woke up, and then she remembers thinking that she needs to get out of here. So wait a minute, you just woke up? Were you naked? Were your clothes gone? Did you wake up and get dressed? None of that makes any sense. You woke up with all your clothing on? Yeah, none of that makes any sense. This story is a horrible story. It's a horrible story, and it sounds like one big lie. I mean, it's just so many discrepancies in it. It's just downright ridiculous. There is so little consistency in this story that I just don't know what else to say.
It's like if I'm invisible, you know? Like, I don't know, it was odd. I go back into that room, I get on my phone, and I think I text my sister, and I'm like, sister, I don't remember what I said. It's all on the report, but I don't know. I described where I was at. I was like, please come get me, I'm here. She's like, oh my God, we're looking for you, something. I don't know. And anyway, my mom is the one, God, you know, rest in peace. She's the one who found me, guys. Like, this sounds not big, but I kind of described where I was at, but I really had no idea where I was at because it was dark. My mom literally, like, I'll tell you what happened on that side, because I'll just pause it where I'm in the room trying to text, trying to call, trying to be quiet, because at this point I was just scared. I was like, what's gonna happen? And yeah, so I just tried to stay calm. He came back into the room, and the first thing he was like, he was getting ready, like he had just showered. He's like, you're gonna be you're my girlfriend now, and something. Like, I don't remember what he said, but I was just trying to just like play along with it. I'm like, okay, let me just get out of here. So I knew I was calling for help, and I guess they had been looking for me. And my mom saying when she got there that her boyfriend was questioning the guy, like, have you seen this girl? This girl went missing, like, do you know, where have you been? And the guy was like, no, this is the passenger seat, the mean guy. The whole time he's telling him he had no idea. This is the guy next to a car. The cops questioning him, my mom's boyfriend's questioning him, and my mom and sister were sitting in the car. Do you guys get that visual? There's the door of the trailer. And I remember that's where I come back in. I'm in there. There's a lot of people getting ready. And the door is cracked open. Like, people are coming in and out, and the door's cracked open, and nobody saw me. I just went. I went for the door, and I ran out. So imagine this is the time that guy's swearing he never saw anybody before. I ran out. I don't remember what I was wearing, but I was barefoot, standing there, and I'm like, Mom! Like, I yelled. This was Father's Day. I didn't think I was gonna cry. And my mom's boyfriend, I just remember seeing him tackle the guy. And all I remember hearing from my mom's boyfriend is like, you mother, this and that, like, you just lied, you lied to us, like, or no, you said you didn't see her or something like that.
This story is such a load of crock. I mean, the soccer team can even catch her. Like, guys, really, 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 no. Here's something that someone points out. Nick O'Brien says random guy questions people about a missing person alongside cops. What universe? Thank you very much.
That and the cop too. I saw the cop tackle him and he's like, "You effing something like, you lied to me this whole time." Like the cops yelling at him.
Wait a minute. She said that her mother's boyfriend tackled him, and wait, then the cop tackled him too, and the boyfriend said you lied to me this whole time, and the cop said you lied to me this whole time. Wait, so both the cop and the other guy started tackling him, or was he tackling the passenger guy, or was he tackling the driver? Man, this is a poorly written story. She was like I said, she's just making it up as she goes along. She was probably too lazy to even write it out.
And I see a car with a detective like parked on this side, and I just ran to my mom. I ran to my mom and sister. I hugged them. They hugged me. We just. Whoa! I have not cried about this ever. I don't think I relived it. You know.
Wait a minute. She has never cried about this. Holy cow. Okay, so wait. She got raped. She got kidnapped, she was drugged, she was kidnapped, she was raped, and she has never cried about this. She's never cried about this? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. She was drugged, kidnapped, raped, and this is the first time on this viral video after many years she's talking about it, and this is the first time she's crying about it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I know it's much more painful to cry about it now after it's happened. Years after it's happened, right? Right.
And we cried and they're like, "It's okay, like you're safe," and oh shit. Anyway, so it happened so quick. Like I'm just trying to piece it together. It happened quick. Right away, the detective came running up too, and he grabbed me. He's like, "Ma'am, I'm gonna take you to the hospital. Is that okay?" And I'm like, "Yes," you know. And so I get in his car, and he didn't ask me any questions yet. He's like, "We just need to get you to the hospital."
And there you have an excellent lie, all right? The cops wouldn't take her to the hospital. The cops would call for an ambulance. The ambulance would then take her to the hospital. The ambulance would also look her over while they're bringing her to the hospital to see if she was injured or if anything happened. I have almost never heard of a rape victim being taken to the hospital by a cop. What the fuck is this story? Like, this is how men lose their lives. Like, this chick, like, I mean, seriously, guys, that's how. It's no wonder so many guys want to have nothing to do with a woman. Like, she would make up this type of story so that she could get YouTube money? Really? Oh my gosh. And there are people actually on her in the comments section that are sympathizing for her and talking about her pain and suffering. What the hell is wrong with this world?
And so they got me there. Like cops were like guarding the doors. It's just weird. It's like, why is this happening to me? Like, stupid, you know? Like, I was so mad at myself for letting that happen to me. And then they did, the whole rape kit. They did like whatever they do. And
they did the whole rape kit. They did, like whatever they do. No. We don't know what they did. We don't know how a rape kit works. What did they do? Because it doesn't seem like you know either. Like to this day, like, oh, tell us how they did the rape kit. Tell us exactly what did they do. They took a thing and then they took some stuff and then they said we're gonna send it to a lab and they're like, yeah, you can go now, right? Right.
they ran tests, and like 6 months later they ran more, just tests. And the test did come back. Like, I'm just gonna cut to that part. After I met with the detective, I did have benzo in my bloodstream, so it was like a date rape drug.
She had benzo in her system. Okay, let's talk a little bit about benzo for a moment. Benzo refers to a category of drugs that include clonopin, Xanax, and other drugs along those lines. This is where this is where things are getting really shitty right now. So she was date raped using benzos, and benzos is short for benzodiazepines. Benzodiazepines. Okay. What drugs have benzodiazepines? Drugs such as Xanax, Klonopin, Traxine, Librium, Valium, Prozac, Ativan. Those are drugs that have benzo. Can benzo be used as a date rape drug? So let's actually type that in. Benzos are commonly abused. Benzos have also been used as date rape drugs because they can markedly impair and even abolish functions that normally allow a person to resist or even want to resist sexual aggression or assault. Now, this is on WebMD. However, I question if this is literally accurate. I do question how accurate. Xanax used as date rape drug. She probably Googled it. She probably Googled it just like I Googled it now, and it was like the first thing that came up.
I heard that both the guys ran from the scene. Like, everybody just ran once the cops got in there. Like, a lot of cops showed up. I don't remember. I left.
Okay, guys, this is so stupid. She says that she heard that both the guys ran from the scene. Okay, hold on. Her mother's boyfriend tackled the guy. The detective and one of the cops tackled the guy, but both of the guys who were at the scene ran from the scene. So they somehow evaded all the police officers that were at the scene and were successfully able to run away. And by the time in the house, there was like an entire soccer team of guys getting ready. What the hell is this? Like, how broken and screwed up is this entire story? None of it makes sense. All right, both her mother's boyfriend and a cop tackled the guy and beat the guy. The passenger supposedly are the driver, but both of them ran from the scene. None of this makes any sense. But it's not supposed to, because this is a 50 Shades of Grey vlog. Obviously.
Cops got there, everybody ran. Like, everybody took off running. The guys did get caught, two of them. They both had both the IDs with the same identical name, different, their own pictures, but same identical name, everything. And they were illegal immigrants, and they were charged kidnapping, rape. I forgot, like 7th degree, 1st degree, I don't know. Kidnapping, all that, and they were sent away back to Mexico, which I don't know. I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway,
Okay, so here's the thing: when an immigrant typically commits a crime in the United States, if an immigrant committed rape in the U.S., they would usually be sent back. They would usually be sent to jail and then released or deported. But it's not common for them to just be deported back to the country after they commit a crime, because if they're deported back to the country, then it's not likely that they'll be prosecuted for the crime in the country that they're sent back to, because the original crime happened in the US. It doesn't make... Guys, okay, so they raped her and then they got sent back to Mexico. And the thing is, and these guys were also driving a truck. So you have two Mexicans that were driving a truck two Mexicans that were driving a truck. That put one of them that pulled her into the truck. The other guy jumps in. Two Mexicans. And then they seem to have both spoke really good English, but they were illegal immigrants. And then and after all of this, they were sent back to Mexico after being charged with rape. Oh my gosh, like how stupid, I want to say like how stupid does she think people are, but there's a lot of people who are supporting her. The vast majority of people on her channel are like saying, "Oh, you poor baby." So yeah, people are pretty dumb.
At the hospital, I was done, and I remember it was Father's Day that morning. Like, what a way, I was so mad at myself, I remember, because when I walked into the room, like, to leave, I was embarrassed. Like, I felt disgusted and I felt embarrassed. And I had all my family sitting there. All my family. Like, just talk about walk of shame in your business. Like, not walk of shame, but just everybody in your business. Like, I felt disgusting, guys. I hadn't showered. Like, I felt disgusting. And all my family's there, my dad. Like, and I told him, like, I remember after waiting, like, I forgot what we were waiting for. But after calming down, I was like, Dad, I'm sorry. Like I look at him and I'm like, worst Father's Day ever, huh? And his response was like, no, it's the best Father's Day ever. Because you're alive, you know? Oh, I kind of want to cry.
So, wait a minute. Her mother's... oh gosh. Her father was at the hospital, but it was her mother's boyfriend who found her along with her mother and the cops. What
And I mean, I don't just credit my dad. I'll love him forever, but also my mom's boyfriend. Like, I consider him a stepdad. Like, even though I don't tell him, like, I thank him so much because he looked for me, you know? He, like, spent the whole day looking for me. So, like, I thank him so much. Like, he probably doesn't know, and I mean, I probably should tell him, but... So that's that, and yeah, it was just crazy. So from that night, I never drank again. I never, ever drank again. I do drink occasionally now. I mean, but...
Guys, did you just hear what she said? She said, okay, from that night, I never drank again. I never drank again. I do, and then she goes on to say, I do drink occasionally. Oh my gosh. Holy cow. She just said, from that night, I never ever drank again. And then immediately says, I do drink occasionally now. She said, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. Oh my gosh. This is the worst story I've ever heard. I'm not going to say the worst rape kit story. I mean, this is the worst story I've ever heard. I mean, like, it was so poorly put together. I mean, seriously, holy cow. Holy cow. I don't drink. From that night, I haven't drank again. I stopped drinking. I never drank again. But do I do drink occasionally? Holy cow. Oh fuck.
I guess I don't know what else to add. After the detective came to my house, like, I had many counseling meetings. I had just things, you know. They were obviously going to trial and all that, and he told me that they got word, because he would keep me informed of, like, what was going on, and he told me, he's like, those guys, they do this before. They work as a team with the girlfriend, with everything. They work as a team. They've done it before. They do this. Um, he said if you would have been there 15 minutes more, 10 minutes more. He's like, if you would have been there 10 more minutes, they were out to get a certain gun to kill you.
Okay, guys. Guys, this is why you don't trust women. This is why you don't trust them. Oh my gosh. This is why you don't trust a woman for your life. Don't trust them. You can't trust them because they are so full of crap. Guys, she said that the guys who raped her were deported back to Mexico. They had done this before. Okay? They had done this before to other women, so she's suggesting that they would have killed her. They would have killed her, suggesting that they've killed other girls that they've abducted and raped, but these guys have been sent back to Mexico after abducting, raping, and killing other women. They were then just casually sent back to Mexico. How stupid do you think people are? And there are people supporting her. So there's a lot of people. So clearly they think pretty stupid. People are pretty stupid. This is one of, like, oh my gosh. Seriously, guys. Fuck. What is wrong with America? This is what's wrong with America. This is why men are choosing to have next to nothing to do with women, because they are so dishonest. Anyone who actually, with any common sense, listens to this video, she's lying. She's literally making it up as she goes along. She's changing the story as she goes along.
Like, they were just gonna hide the evidence. And 10 more minutes. He's like, that's all you would have had. It's like they were looking or getting a gun. They had it, they were getting it.
10 more minutes. Okay, 10 more minutes. She said that when she woke up, there was a bunch of guys in the house, like, getting ready for a soccer game. So all of those guys were accomplices then, because because the guy said, just act like you're my girlfriend. You're my girlfriend now. So So they were gonna kill her in front of all of those guys, or they were gonna take her away and then kill her. And here's the thing: if they were going to kill her, why is it that they didn't kill her after they raped her? Oh no, they waited until she woke up so that she could throw a tantrum, right? Or so that you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me.
And so, I mean, I thank God, obviously, like, I'm still alive. You just don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I guess the moral of the story is, like, do not trust anyone. Don't trust drinks. Don't leave open drinks. It could happen to anybody. It could happen to you. Always have a backup plan. If you do decide to go alone, don't go alone. I don't know. That guy did get deported. I think I have pictures in that folder. Anyway, I guess, like, the main thing is I felt so scared.
Those guys did get deported? You've got to be fucking kidding me. They they supposedly assaulted multiple women, may have killed other women. They were going to kill you, so it was attempted murder. And they got deported and sent back to Mexico. That doesn't happen. Whenever you have someone along those lines, they lock them up. You want a good example? El Chapo. He is in New York right now, supposedly, currently on drug charges. He was extradited. When someone commits a crime in the United States, they charge them and lock them up. They don't just send them back to Mexico. This makes absolutely no sense. What a horribly, poorly constructed lie of a tale made for sympathy so that she could grow her channel.
after for years. I feel like I see guys, like there's this one guy in town that gives me looks and I'm like, I know he was part of that soccer team. Like I don't know. But I know, like I just felt like any minute they could just pull out a gun and kill me because I got their friends deported or I put them in jail. They served years in jail, guys. I think 2 years. And then they got deported, so.
Oh, okay, so they did 2 years in jail. Now she changed the story. They did 2 years. Now she's realizing that there's discrepancies in her story. So now she adds in, oh, they did 2 years in jail and then they got deported. So they did 2 years in jail for kidnapping, rape, attempted murder. 2 years in jail for rape, kidnapping, and attempted murder, and then they were deported. Right.
It scares me, even to this day. What if he's pissed off? What if he's finding a way? Like, it just freaks me out. But anyway, I cannot say this story anymore. I have to go. Yeah, so just be careful. If I am leaving anything else out, I will put it in the description below. Don't feel sorry for me. I don't feel like it's my fault anymore.
Oh, don't worry, baby. I don't feel sorry for you. I know you're a fucking liar.
I mean, I do have some faults. I don't blame anybody but myself. Just be careful. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just kind
of. How about this one? You were raped and beaten, but you had no injuries to your face or your vagina. Because you don't mention a single injury. You know, hell, you don't even mention an injury after tripping over all those fucking bikes. Right.
don't want to talk about it anymore. But yeah, it felt good sharing the story with you anyway because I feel like a lot of girls can learn from it maybe.
Yeah, a lot of girls can learn how to make up their own stories as they go along. A lot of girls can learn how to destroy the lives of men using sob tales and how to become internet famous using tales of victimization. My friends, this is what a feminist looks like.
Take what you can, with you. If something like this has happened to you, don't feel like it's your fault. Don't blame yourself. If you need to talk, I'm here. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing this video so you guys can see it because it was highly requested and I don't know what else to say. Thank you.
The video was highly requested. Wait a minute. So did you talk about having been raped before? Because if you didn't, then how would people have known to request the video? Right.
Thank you for all the love and kisses, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye!
So guys, as you can see, you can't trust a woman for anything. They will make up any story just to gain fame, attention, and money. I want to know if you guys agree that this video appears to be completely made up. There was no semblance of truth in it. There were multiple discrepancies. And I mean, you could just see that she was plain out lying. You can catch her in the lies literally as she went through it. I mean, how do you think this type of thing helps men? How do you think that this type of thing results in men being treated equally in America? Because it doesn't. It just sets more of a narrative that men are aggressors and that you should believe a woman no matter what. This story was just downright ridiculous. These guys they're serial rapists. Serial rapists got 2 years in jail. Serial rapists who are murderers or attempted murderers got 2 years in jail and then deported. I mean, come on. Let me know what you think in the comment section if you agree that this story was a load of shit. And don't forget to make a donation via my PayPal, my Patreon. You can go to my YouTube homepage or find the link to my Patreon in the description of this video. You can make a donation And just keep in mind, any donation helps. It ensures I can continue to put out quality content for you guys. So please definitely check out my Patreon and leave a donation there. And also, don't forget that you can never miss another Angry MGTOW video by enabling notifications. You can do that, amigos, by clicking on the notification button that's next to the subscribe button below any of my videos. Then when you'll get a pop-up that says send me all notifications for this channel. Just make sure you check the box, hit save. If you've already done it, you don't have to do it again, but this will make sure that you always receive a notification whenever I'm live streaming or put out another video. So just let me know if you think that this video was, that she made up the entire story. Let me know what discrepancies you also found in the story. And let me know if you agree that you can't trust a woman because they will always lie and their tears can't be believed. Let me know what you think in the comments section. If you enjoyed the video, please go ahead and hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you liked the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MGTOW or death. And cheers!